to the philosophical.
Most of my responses will probably immediately be you. And then
all right, are we ready?
This should be rolling all the time. I'm just saying.
He probably is.
Yeah. Great.
No, he's not. Maybe he is.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Are we rolling?
And we're rolling.
Of course he's.
Yeah.
He always does that.
It's brilliant.
Hey there, and welcome to the Sugar Treatment, where we bake and heal together. My name's Anthony, aka the Baking Social Worker. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and email me at thesugartreatment@gmail.com. Let me know what you'd like us to talk about here on the show. Today, we're gonna be making a healthy smash cake for my best friend's baby's first birthday, and he's here to tell us all about fatherhood. So Tavis, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tavis.
Anthony, when you have a baby, you'll understand any moment away is a moment to attempt to close your eyes and sleep just a little bit longer. So have fun doing it alone.
All right, let's get started.
Here we're starting with a half a cup of mashed banana, or as we call it home, banana.
I like that better. And I've got 2 eggs.
Half a teaspoon of that good cinnamon.
And a ½ teaspoon of vanilla.
Wow, another half teaspoon?
Oh yeah.
Patterns. And a teaspoon, not a tablespoon, of baking powder.
And an 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't.
It is whiskin time.
I heard about whisking.
Do you know what happens at whiskin time?
Yeah, I hear that we whisk.
And then you have to whiskin time, it's whiskin time, it's whiskin time. How does it feel?
Oh my god, it feels so good.
It feels great, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Now, I do have a question for you because you're here with a purpose.
Yeah.
You are a dad. You're a new dad.
That is a part
Right.
of my now personality, is I am a dad.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
one of your identifiers.
Yeah. When I say, hi, I'm Tavis, I'm a dad. That's,
Yes.
And they're like, oh, what do you like to do? And it's like, no, I'm a dad. That's now what my life is, so.
Well, so did you choose this? Like, was this a deliberate choice to have a child for you? Or was it like one of those things where you kind of just fell into it?
Listen,
like
children,
so
the birds
many
and the
parents.
bees. When two people love each other very, very much, the man wants to have sex, and the woman says, I guess so. And hopefully you'll be able to then consummate that love into a baby.
But I remember you guys were trying.
Yeah,
It was a deliberate choice.
It was, we are ready to have a child, and by ready, we means we have no idea what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, but talk about that. I'm so curious about how someone arrives at this decision and says, okay, this is the moment.
Well, you listen to a lot of the musical Jekyll and Hyde, and you're like, this is the moment. Absolutely. All right. We decided to have a kid because we were feeling like we were at that point in life. Yeah. Also, men, we don't have to worry so much about when we have a kid because things just keep working until they don't. And even then, thankfully, Congress, et cetera, has passed laws to, make it a part of normal life that we can just get an erection. I don't know what you guys use on this channel, so I hope you use erection. Whereas, for women, there's a bit more of a clock, and it's something to be conscious of.
What were you hoping to get out of the experience? What was it like? I want to be a dad, and I want to watch this little guy grow up, and I want to impart wisdom. What was your thought around why did you want to be a dad?
Well, I've always wanted to be a dad.
Why?
This is gonna sound so vain. I wanted to be a part of the club.
Yeah.
You get married and then you want everyone else to get married, and then people start having kids and they're like, hey, I can't wait for you to have kids so that then we can be in misery together.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I've always wanted to be a dad, and now it was kind of coming into fruition where that was lining up with when my wife wanted to be a mother. And thankfully it wasn't too hard for us.
So let's move on
Yeah.
here. We're gonna add 1.5 cups of almond flour
Okay.
to this little mixture here.
Nice.
So why don't you take this?
California product.
And
almonds.
then, yeah, I'm just gonna toss this in,
Am I
and then
gonna
you
fold?
can just, fold it in, mix
Right.
it together. All right, well, as you can see, I went ahead and put half of our mixture into this little 4-inch springform pan.
Say that 5 times fast.
It's too tough. I'm not
Springform.
gonna do that. I'm just gonna, obviously that's not good probably for the sound, but you just wanna kind of tap it so that it's nice and even.
This is a smash cake, so you have to smash at
it.
every step.
And then once
Smash.
it's nice and even, we're gonna pop in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes.
Right.
Okay, so why don't we do that, and then we're gonna come back, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
I can't wait. 350 for 20 minutes.
That's right.
Let's go. Leading up to the birth, my wife had some small health issues that gave us a scare and we did have to go to the hospital for. And right then and there, I had to say to my mother, who happened to be in town at the time, because I stupidly was doing a play that didn't have an understudy and I just had to go to it. I had to say the words to my mother, please don't let my wife die. Was she gonna die? No. The risk was very low. But you have that moment in thought of, I could lose my partner. And I want to really stress the fact that I keep talking about my partner and not my unborn child yet. Because to me, my wife and I, we had a conversation going into pregnancy that was, if there's something wrong, do we save the baby or do we save Christy? I have survived my whole life without a baby. I have not survived the last 12 years of my life without my wife.
How would you describe this last year? Because your little guy's 1 now.
Yeah.
So, well, almost.
Yeah.
How would you describe this last year, and specifically like some of the things that were amazing, and some of the successes that you've had, and then maybe some of the things that have not been so great?
Okay, amazing things when they're at an age where they start discovering, where they see things and you can see that their mind is working. That is just the most amazing.
Yeah.
When, like, my son is starting to stand on his own, and he's probably going to walk really soon. When he does finally for himself let go.
Yeah, I know. Did he do it yet?
Yeah, he has officially let go and stood a little himself. And you see his mind working and his body working. And I am not a religious person, but you look at that and you're like, this is a miracle.
It really is.
It's a miracle. And I will say this, I'm coming up on the year mark where a baby is very fun. And I need to talk about this. I have to. The first 3 months are not fun.
I was waiting for you to get there.
They are not fun.
Give it to
I
me.
thankfully had a friend who said, I did not love my child for the first 9 months of being alive. And I was like,
No
whoa,
shame.
that's harsh. Jeez, dude. And then I had a kid and I'm like, no, I get it. Because the first 3 months, you have this flesh ball that poops and pees, and its poop is like tar. And then it's yellow. It poops and pees, it feeds off of your partner, which is amazing, but then you, once again, as the dude, are like, what do I do? And unfortunately, I think men have gotten away for a long time of being like, I don't deal with that, and they run away, right? They're like, I have to work, I have to sleep, etc. And we put it all on our female partners. Once again, heterosexual relationship.
Patriarchy.
I know. And I would say this to any guy who's gonna have a baby. You change every diaper.
Change them all.
Change every diaper, because your partner is the one who is feeding. And so you're just exchanging that. And anywhere you can, you're trying to relieve them of being a machine for this baby.
Yeah, because they are.
Because they are.
Yeah.
You will experience emotions that you didn't know you had. I didn't know I was an angry person. I didn't know that I had a switch that could flip so quickly. Until you have something that's just flailing arms and not wanting to go to sleep. But if it doesn't go to sleep, you won't have that 30 minutes to yourself that you've been waiting all day for, to hopefully exercise or eat or shower or masturbate. Like those are the things that you're like, look, I just need one of these 4 things right now to like feel a little bit alive and human, but this thing won't go to sleep to allow me to do it. And I experienced, and yes, this does happen for men, and don't worry, my son is completely safe. I have a very safe relationship with my wife and great communication. I experienced what people would call postpartum rage.
Really?
Where I wanted to, I was trying to put him down for a nap and he wouldn't do it. And he like jerked out of my arms and I pulled him tightly towards me, probably a little too tightly because I was scared and I was feeling incomplete and what's the word? Not invaluable, like insufficient.
Helpless or,
like I wasn't doing the right job, and I got mad at him, and I listened to my one friend who said, put a baby down in their crib and walk away. They're safe.
Yeah.
And so I did, and my wife heard me, and she came up and she took him, and I went and I cried in the corner for like 10 minutes, saying, I'm an awful father, I'm an awful father. I mean, I didn't want to do him harm.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't hold him anymore.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
It's scary.
Because you also don't know that that's a part of who you are, or that's inside of you. And once again, I want to say my son is completely safe. If either my wife or I are ever feeling this, we support each other and we help each other through it. And thankfully, I'm also in therapy as far as like having someone immediately to talk to about it, not seeking out therapy because of it, because I was already actively working on myself. But like we said, I've heard my whole life, I'm gonna be a good dad.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I was like, I'm an awful dad.
Yeah, it's like all that pressure sort of came to a head.
Yeah.
And you felt sort of helpless. We talked about this last week on my show where we talked about postpartum depression, and I learned that 4% of men who have kids experience some type of postpartum depression, which can sort of, manifest in a lot of different ways. And it sounds like for you, you had this sort of adversarial relationship, it sounds like with yourself over this, right? Because this has very little to do with Declan.
Very little to do with Declan.
Being a baby.
Yeah, he's just a baby.
It was you feeling insufficient or feeling like you were not capable of living up to whatever expectation of fatherhood that you had for yourself or that others had for you.
For me. Yeah. We haven't even talked about the fact that all this happened during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I lost my job and my career.
And all the things that you would do to make yourself feel better.
Right.
Which is the gym, seeing
Exercise,
your friends.
Yeah, drink.
Yeah, going out.
Like going out, like things that, I have healthy relationships with that would help me cope. I lost all of those.
All of it. All right, we're gonna start with our first layer. We're gonna plop it right down there in the middle, and then we're gonna take this whip topping.
It's whipped.
Store-bought. And we're just gonna put a little on top here, and just, spread it around.
Mary Berry's gonna love these layers.
I think she would. I think she would be proud.
That is the most perfect layered cake I've ever tasted.
Before we get into this cake here, as I know that you're dying to do that, I know that you're just dying to get in there, what advice do you have for new dads out there, soon-to-be dads? What is the last little chunk of Tavis wisdom that you would like to?
Trust in your partner. Open line of communication with your partner. You can't go it alone. And if you are going it alone, find community. When you are sacrificing something for your child, it does not mean it's sacrificing who you are. But stake claim to the moments you need to yourself. When you are claiming those moments that you do need for yourself, just because you're not able to do them as long as you were able to before, you didn't have the freedom to do them as much, cherish those small moments and then also give those to your partner. Because if you can just get away for a second to do those things for yourself and you can give that to your partner, cherish those moments, because not only are you giving it to yourself, your partner is giving it to you, and you want to reciprocate that favor. And then when you are with your child, you get to enjoy it that much more.
Yeah.
And it does get better.
Yeah, I've seen it get better.
It does get better.
I've seen you guys have leaps and bounds from the first, and it's only been 12 months.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Not a year. 12 months. Developmental stages.
It's time to smash.
Let's smash.
Before we do that though, quick little plug, because I know that you just got on TikTok.
I did.
I've been all about your TikTok.
Thanks.
Just so you know. It's wonderful. Will you tell us all about it?
Well, it's called Story Time with Papa, where I read stories to my son since I'm working at night again and can't see him all the time, and I love reading to him.
Smash it.
Okay.
Give us a preview of what Declan is going to be doing tomorrow.
What Declan's gonna do?
Declan is gonna do this.
Okay, ready?
Just put it a little more perspective. He's gonna be like,
Nah.
he's gonna go. He's gonna go.
He's gonna look. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is really good.
Okay,
This
you
is
went
good.
way in.
Tastes great. Want some?
Does it? Oh no.
Want some?
Absolutely not.
It tastes really good.
Okay, I will taste some.
Lots of banana and cinnamon.
I don't need.
And
Oh my god, Tavis.
subscribe to our channel.
You're awful, and I've got it on my face.
The Anthony treatment with Sugar Doucette.
I knew that this was gonna happen when you came over.
Of course you did.
All right, folks. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video, email me at thesugartreatment@gmail.com.
Do all those things.
Let me know what you'd like us to talk about here on the show. Tavis, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You've been wonderful.
been really
this
fun.
is exactly what I pictured.
Yeah.
For today.
He doesn't even look that bad. I mean, just right? Who cares?
All right, folks. Keep it sweet.